Good to go.
Alrighty, I just gotta mute this fucking thing.
There
we go.
Little mutesy.
A little mutesy. We can still be distracted and watch the hockey game. Just between you and I and the lamp post, we're watching a hockey game.
Yeah.
If YouTube finds out we're watching a hockey game, they'll pull our fucking show down from YouTube.
Really?
Yeah, they did that to us one time.
What?
Because we were watching the hockey and talking about it, and you could hear it and kind of see it in the one shot.
Were we stealing something from somebody?
Yeah. Copyright, yeah. So they pulled us down. So we had
So, like, if you want to analyze any game, call it a soccer game tomorrow, and it's in the background, you're analyzing, they'll pull it.
If you're showing the footage, yeah. You got to have the rights to show their shit. That's why a lot of times they'll have like a live viewing of a game or something like that. Like you want to watch the game with us, but they'll just show like the video of us just sitting here watching the game and then talking about it, and that's the viewing party. You can't actually see the game. You have to be watching it yourself, you know?
Holy jeez.
So...
Jesus.
But on the news, I think I can use news clips as long as I'm adding commentary to it, like as long as I'm changing it. Yeah, I'm using their clip and then I'm adding something to it, then it's not stealing. But if I'm just putting their news clip up, then it's stealing.
Sooner or later, we're not going to be able to do anything without permission.
Well, you know...
from God.
Yeah. You know BJ Snowden?
Yeah.
She allowed us to use her clip.
You got her permission?
Yeah, well, it was copyrighted. I had to upload it to YouTube just to use it on Patreon, and then so it got a copyright thing because we used her song, but she allows you to use it.
Oh, so you can see online that they have she's accepted that you can.
Yeah, same with all the Dutch Hall stuff. If you take my clips from my show, like if you take my shows and clip it up yourself and make a clip of... You'll
get a notification?
You'll get a notice that it's a copyright. There's a copyright, but I'm cool with it. That's because I'm the same way. You can do whatever you want. You can cut my show up and make it into something else. If you want to do that, I think that's kind of fun.
Yeah.
yeah. If everyone all of a sudden makes like a remix video of, Beaver just saying, I never pull out and never pull out. Big hit.
Yeah, I didn't know that. But if I was BJ Snowden, I'd be very grateful.
Yeah, we're giving her
Pete Van Dyke.
Yeah, we're giving her some clicks, right? People are going to want to look up this BJ Snowden, find out what all the big hoopla
I'd like to see how many BJ Snowden views she got.
Oh, from our show?
Yeah.
I think probably not very many, but you can never substantiate that. Probably millions.
Right.
She actually has quite a few views on her video. It's in my feed all the time now. Because my algorithm thinks I love BJ Snowden. Which is not untrue.
Did she make... she probably did other songs, obviously.
You know what? That's a really good point, Beav. I wish we could look up more BJ Snowden songs, because I don't know if there is... it's the old... the furnace is on, eh?
Oh,
yeah,
shit.
The furnace started rolling.
Yeah.
I just have to shut it off. Johnny, can you go... Or Beaver, you know what to do, right?
Oh.
And we'll just shut that right down.
Yep.
Yeah. It'll be cool on the show, but we can hear it in the room. And it does kind of buzz in your headphones. Anyways, a loose show tonight, guys. Really is a loose show tonight. I just thought it's Christmas. Let's take the pressure off. Let's have a couple beers.
We are getting a fucking snowstorm tonight, I think.
Tonight?
Like 100% chance of shittiness tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Like rain/snow. So it'll be a accident city on the roads.
Well, Winter Wonderland?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's not bad. We got Christmas coming around. So, actually, I got a few Christmas, topical Christmas type jokes.
Okay, let's hear them.
Well, I think we should probably start the show first,
Oh, yeah, why not?
Don't you think?
Yeah, I think so, too.
And then I'll tell you some jokes I wrote. I actually wrote another joke when I was writing a Christmas play, or not a play, but like a spoof of It's a Wonderful Life I'm working on.
Mm-hmm.
And, but I have to be on stage telling a joke that bombs. So I had to write a joke that bombs, right, for this thing.
Yep.
And so I wrote that joke. I'll tell you guys, and we'll see if it bombs in the room. And then I also have some current event jokes. And but the only way that I'm going to tell these jokes is if we play the goddamn theme song first.
Right
you know
now.
What I'm saying?
Right now. Yeah. And ladies and gentlemen, come to you live from Pine Grove, Ontario, the host of our wonderful show and two-time President's Club Award winner, Pete Van Dyke.
Hey, everybody. Welcome. What a beautiful introduction. Oh, and the crowd is hot here in Pine Grove.
It is.
We're killing it as usual. Here back in the pool shed on a Tuesday. It's really a Thursday. You guys don't know any different. And we have a great show tonight. Let me introduce the fellows that showed up to make this thing happen. First of all, the guy that gave me that beautiful introduction, ladies and gentlemen, he's back again. He is always my favorite. Derek, the Beaver, Van Houten.
Yeah, buddy.
Early applause. As soon as you said Derek, as soon as I got Derek out, the crowd knew who I was talking about.
Yeah. They like the cut of my jib right now.
They love you. And the guy working the board making the sound so sweet. Ladies and gentlemen, the ladies love him. And we like him here too. It's Johnny Renton, everyone. Johnny Renton. Oh, that was the sound of Johnny showing his penis to it.
That is true.
I wasn't sure though if they were excited applauding or if they were excited to laugh there or if they were laughing. We're gonna go with excited.
Yeah, we'll go with
I
that.
saw both. I thought they were shocked that Johnny put his dick out.
Yeah.
And then there was a certain amount of sexual excitement
There was.
in their laughter because they saw it and they liked what they saw.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they couldn't believe his bravado to just pull his cock out and show it to everyone.
Well, I was going to tell you, Pete, I really do love the rotation of the hull tonight.
And we made a lot of empty space over there.
Yeah, and the cameras are really emphasizing my to YouTube my penis structure.
Ooh, that's nice. You got to show that nice tent up there.
Yeah.
Look at that.
I got a nice spread going on.
And look at you got a little point at the top of your lap there.
I do. I do.
Yeah. That's nice. That'll keep the girls guessing. What's in that?
What is in there?
Yeah, if I grabbed it right now, is it just pants or is there a penis helmet in there?
My wife right now, if she was here, she'd have a smile on her face.
She knows what's in there, right?
She knows.
New people at home can only guess.
Yep.
You just look at Beaver's lap the whole show and you'll figure it out. You'll figure it out if that thing moves or not.
I'll keep it nice and spread for you.
Yeah, we got a great show tonight. Okay. Should we do I'll do the joke that's supposed to bomb.
Okay.
And tell me if it's...
Oh, here's a question. The joke that's supposed to bomb, is that a comedic technique?
I don't know. No, I was just trying to think of a joke that someone would tell that the crowd would probably hate.
Oh, okay.
You know, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like, what joke would I think a comedian would actually tell, but the crowd would just think this is a terrible joke? So this is what I wrote. But I don't know. It might be a good joke, but then it's a failure. Right?
Ooh, that's a weird situation.
Yeah, because I don't know. This might be too good of a joke. I might have to come up with a worse joke.
Just get Joe to write you one.
So I'll start off real hacky. That's a good,
right.
I like that. We'll start off real hacky. I'm getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they say as you get older, I notice I've been losing my sex drive, and they say that's a physical ailment that happens to all men. Oh, I guess it's only a coincidence that my sex drive decreases at the exact same rate that my wife gets old and ugly.
Oh,
It's not going to bomb.
no, it's not going to bomb.
Comics book laugh at that probably every
It's not
time.
going to bomb.
I think you have to say it a few times before the audience could not laugh at it.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I thought that that was a genuine laugh on my part.
I know it's like a terrible joke. Well, I thought like it could be like a bit offensive, especially if ladies probably wouldn't like it.
No. like, did you see that video I sent you about Louis C.K. the other day?
No, I can't remember.
And he's talking to this heckler right beside him. She's like, the video clip starts of, you shouldn't be saying that. What, rape? You don't like rape? And she's like, no. And he goes something along the lines of like, your mom raped a fucking homeless Chinese man. Like this woman is sitting right beside Louis C.K. By the stage, and he's like, I can't really come back from that, can you?
Yeah.
Like
It's
just
so specific, eh? That
yeah,
you
just
know
a
that
gruesome.
she has to picture a homeless Chinese man raping her mother because he planted that image into her head.
Yeah,
Yeah, that is a kind of a killer. There's nowhere to come back from.
no,
Yeah, once you planted that image. If it's like saying, don't think of a white rabbit, you're going to think of a white rabbit, you know? Don't think of a Chinese homeless man raping your mother.
right.
You're going to think of it. That's a terrible thing to think of. I don't want to think of my mom that way.
I am right now.
It's funny, you don't even know what my mom looks like, so you're probably just in...
No, I met my mom.
Oh, your mom?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've never seen a Chinese homeless man, to be honest. Have you?
I feel like I had to have with how much time I spend in Hamilton, but
Yeah, I just don't see many Asian homeless, to be honest.
no.
No, you don't. It's actually like the last thing you would think of with homeless would be an Asian.
Yeah, and that goes for brown guys too. Like, I don't see any Indians or anybody.
I've seen a
homeless.
couple of them.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Homeless?
Yeah.
Still more rare.
Oh yeah, definitely rare.
It's a white man's game.
Exactly.
It is a white man's game, and in the States, it's a military man's game.
Really? A lot of military homeless?
Well, I can't vouch for the States in general, but like when I was in Vegas, there was a lot of quote unquote war veterans.
Oh, yeah. That are like begging?
Yeah, begging. And it was funny when I was down there. This guy was like. His sign said, "No bullshit. I'm looking for alcohol."
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And we loved his sign. Like I was like,
Yeah.
at least the guy's being honest, right?
Yeah.
So just so happened that night we had bottle service, and
No fancy pants.
and you know, this $1,500 bottle of Grey Goose, and I'm like I was roaring mad that we got it at 3:30, 4 in the morning. I'm like, guys, we
Yeah.
just went through how many bottles? Like, did you need one that late? We weren't. They literally pulled the cork off. They don't give you the cork, and fucking the neck was out of it. That's it. So my buddy put it down his pants, and fucking, I'm like, you're fucking taking that, like. We had to fucking pay for it.
Oh, shit, man. There's no way I'm leaving some in the
I was
bottle.
roaring mad, and they were all, "What's the big?" It was a bachelor party. What's the big deal? And so then the next morning we woke up and went to Buddy's room, and the fucking bottle of vodka's sitting there, and I'm like, guys, it's way too fucking early to be drinking. But you know who could really use that bottle of vodka? The homeless man that we walked by last night.
So you went and gave him a bottle of vodka?
We gave him a fucking. It was 20. It was a 40 ouncer, and the neck was out of it, and we gave him a free bottle of Grey Goose.
He's probably dead now.
We said to him, we're like, man, this is more than you'll ever get in a sitting, like $1,500.
Yeah.
Like fuck.
Yeah, but the liquor store that probably cost $50.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We weren't looking at it that way. We were looking at it as
What you spent on it.
what we spent on it.
Yeah.
Because they'd come out, the lady comes out with the sparkler dangling off of it, and oh, look at these guys.
Yeah, but that guy's not allowed to drink in the club when you give it to him.
Right.
You can't go back in there
No.
and sit in the booth with the sparkler.
No.
That would be the best thing he ever got. This is just a liquor store bottle with someone else drank the neck out of it.
Right. But
So I'd say it's actually worth $45, which is still pretty damn good.
Still pretty damn good. You're not. Are you giving a homeless man $45?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's still he's wasted at the end of it all.
Oh, yeah.
That's what really is important.
No mix either.
It's priceless.
No mix.
No mix.
Just fucking straight vodka.
Yeah, he's gonna be okay.
Yeah, he's be all right. He had his military. He had his camo shit on. This is where they all say they're not literally veterans. I think it's just a ploy, right?
Well, I think there's probably some veterans.
There is some.
Because I think that there's a lot of veterans who come back pretty messed up in the head.
Right.
And then they could eventually like be homeless because of it.
Right. A condition I know nothing about. I'm not trying to hack on them.
But there's probably also people out there who are like, you know, stealing valor so that they can
I've watched it before.
Because there's also like people who like they make up stories about kids and you know and that they have like a sick child or something like that, you know, like you do whatever you can to kind of like what do you call it? Pull at people's heartstrings.
Right, exactly. You want them to feel tough.
Yeah,
and then we've got the veterans of Toronto, and you don't want to fuck with their space.
Veterans.
Yeah, you ever seen veteran homeless people in Toronto?
No.
Oh, like don't fuck with their space.
Oh,
like
yeah?
I've seen homeless on homeless fights before.
Oh yeah,
like bum fights, like in reality.
Oh really? You saw that because someone was like, they were like breaking into their box and stuff.
Well, no, not breaking into their box. But like you know how they got the little solo cup and they'll be, or the Tim Hortons cup will be shaking on the ground, and one homeless guy will be nicking into the territory of the next homeless guy.
Oh yeah.
And it's just sidewalk.
Oh, it's my turf. This is my corner.
This is my begging turf, and you need to not.
Yeah, we went
encroach.
I remember we went to St. Thomas in the British Virgin Islands one time, and we went to the beach, and it was a public beach. It was the only beach that had a graveyard right at the beach. And they had to bury they had to bury people above the ground, right? In like tombs, right? Like
yeah. Caribbean islands or Caribbean places are like you get buried above ground.
Yeah, and so it was right by the beach. So you had to go through like this tomb graveyard, and then you get to the beach. And it was a nice beach, good snorkeling and everything. But like there was like people from St. Thomas who would they'd see you sitting down with your family, and they'd come and say, "Hey, you want any beers? You want any food? You want anything? Tell me what you want, and I'll get it for you. You just sit there."
Yeah.
And then, but you could also get up yourself and go to the bar, go to the restaurants, get your own food, right?
Mm-hmm.
So anyways, there came a time where I was thirsty and I wanted a beer. So the lady originally that came and said, "Hey, if you want anything, come get me." I couldn't see her.
So you're like, "Fuck this, I got to take it in my own hands."
So no, another lady came by and she says, "Do you want anything?" And I said, "I'll take a beer."
Yeah, because you're not obligated to wait for the first homeless.
Yeah, it's just like I thought of like a waitress, you know, like someone came around and asked you for an order, and I gave it. So she goes gets me a beer, and I give her the money, and then some fucking the lady who came originally came back and started wailing on this lady, like just like,
oh really?
Oh yeah, screaming at her, like throwing. They were throwing
right in front of you.
Yeah, right behind my family and stuff. They were literally fist fighting over our drink order. And
meanwhile, you were just wanting a drink.
I didn't give a fuck, but these guys were the same thing. It was like my turf.
Did you bark at them and say, "Hey"?
She says, "Are you supposed to buy for me?" She was yelling at me too. "You're supposed to buy for me." And
says who?
And I said, "I'm out. I'm not buying from either of you guys. You guys are fucking out of your minds. You're both crazy. That whole island's crazy. It really is. Yeah, they're nuts there."
Well, if you got to walk through a cemetery to get to the beach, it's not exactly touristy, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, St. Thomas was the craziest island of all of them.
It's funny.
It's like the slave owners gave the slaves the freedom there, and then the slaves are like, "We are going to fuck you guys all up," and then they all left. And then the slaves were like, "Does anyone know how to run a country or whatever?" Yeah. And they were like, No,
we'll just all hang out here.
Yeah, that's what it seems like.
It's funny you said St. Thomas, because the same thing happened to us there. We went there on a cruise ship, like it was a stop and go.
Yeah.
We got off, and my sister wanted like braids in her hair.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom made the mistake of taking all her money out of her pocket So then everybody's seen it, right?
Oh, yeah.
So then they started fighting over who was going to do my sister's hair. Oh, it was awkward.
Yeah. It's really nasty. Like they really are. They cutthroat there. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like, all right, I think we just stole this person, or we just gave away this person's income for the day because they were planning on braiding my sister's hair.
I saw so much crazy shit on that island, man.
Yeah. So then my mom felt bad and she let the lady put a couple braids in mine and my brother's hair. It was hilarious. I'm like, I don't want this shit.
You gotta do it, Beaver.
Derek, just do it. Just do it. I'm like, fuck.
Did you wear it when you went to school when you got back?
No.
You already took
my
the braid
sister
out?
did. I already took it out.
Was it crimpy?
Yeah, it's crimpy as fuck. There's like there's like 3 of them in my hair. It was fucking, and they pull on your fucking hair like fucking.
Yeah, you
yank on them.
You seem like the type that girls would braid your hair and stuff.
I mean, my hair does it on its own, so.
But do girls try to like?
Oh yeah, constantly. They always want to straighten it and.
Yeah, put in a French braid or something.
But Pete, wouldn't you say if Johnny went to the Caribbean, it looks like your hair seems like it would come back in cornrows full of hair braids, like those, like
just from the humidity.
Like he could pull it off. Oh, you'd have to do it because you'd get fucking
hounded.
You'd get Q-tip hair, like probably because the humidity probably.
Yeah, just fucking.
That's what mine does. And they turn into fucking.
Yeah, I saw Beaver in the middle of harvest, and he had let his hair go.
Oh, it was bad, eh?
Yeah, it was crazy. Man.
I look like fucking Kramer.
Yeah, you look like a mad scientist. You do have a bit of a Kramer vibe,
which
to
sucks.
It. yeah. It's real. It's a Dutch fella.
It is. Yeah. I look like I like that's the moment in time during the year. I look like my grandfather.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Harry Van Houten.
My grandpa had hair kind of like that too, actually.
Yeah, I see pictures. Yeah, they had that. Yeah, that Kramer. Like I don't know. That's all I can kind of.
Yeah. That's how I remember my grandpa's hair, just like Kramer's. Yeah, except for at the end. I remember he had like a bald spot, like one on the top, in here. What's that called?
And
like
on the cranial.
Yeah, like on the top. And then, but he would like grow his bangs part out pretty long and then just comb it back. Right?
Oh, he'd go for the flip?
And then he would comb his hair back, flip it over his bald spot. You wouldn't see it, right? And then, but in the morning, I went one time to like give my grandma breakfast. And then he was like, but he came out and he was like making me a bowl of cereal. And he was like still waking up in the morning and stuff, and his hair had like all fallen forward, and his like hair was like in my milk.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I was like, I didn't know that. I didn't know he had combed it back. I didn't know it was so long, and he combed it back.
You didn't know that
like
was
fell forward as he's leaning like to give me my bowl, and his hair like falls into my.
You didn't know it was a process for him.
Yeah, I didn't know that he had. He was doing a good job with the old comb over. But
did you ever find your grandpa's pipe? All our grandpas smoked. I got one of my grandpa's pipe.
Yeah, I got one in my toolbox in the garage. Yeah. I don't. I haven't smoked pipe tobacco in a long, long time.
I've never smoked pipe tobacco, but it was always nice. When I bought, the guy I used to buy fertilizer from in the beginning, when I first started farming, he'd always come over to settle things up at the end of the year and bust out the old pipe. I'd be like, bust her out. I love the smell.
Yeah, it smells great.
Smells so. No, don't get me wrong, you can get shitty smell and stuff, but this guy had a nice I
like the smell of pipe.
Oh God, it smells so good.
And I like the taste of it too. Actually, I like that's what I mean. As a kid, it smells so good. Like when you smell your grandpa smoking the pipe.
It's like a more moist tobacco, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's always like flavored like cherry or something like that. Mm-hmm. So it's
cinnamon or fucking
something.
Yeah.
So it was, but I think I could get into that smoking pipe tobacco.
Oh fuck yeah! I think I might try it later on in life.
Yeah.
Bring it back old school.
Oh yeah, I like to have one of the ones like the Sherlock Holmes kind of Sherlock Holmesy kind of pipes.
Oh yeah,
that go down and then come back up again. How's the ones you blow bubbles out of?
I was at my cousin's not too long ago. He had a fucking pipe sitting there. I'm like, is that for show or do you use that? He said, no, I use that every now and then.
For weed though.
No, for pipe tobacco.
For pipe tobacco?
Yeah. I was like, oh, you're really bringing her back early. Not even waiting.
Yeah.
I don't even know where you get pipe tobacco anymore.
I don't know either.
You have to go to a tobacco shop or something.
Or like the dollar store or something, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know.
Go to Jack's Smoke Shop in Delhi.
Yeah. Is there a smoke shop in Delhi?
Like I call it Jack. It's Jack's Dollar Store is what it is.
Oh, they got smokes there?
I'm just saying maybe.
Oh yeah.
Maybe they have them there. I don't know. He's got a little bit of everything there.
Well, if you got sometimes you can go to a store and they'll have like cans of tobacco.
Really?
Yeah, where
Isn't
you
that
get
the chewing tobacco though?
no, like you can get a can of like Export A, like loose cut tobacco.
Oh, really? Oh,
Well,
yeah.
you used to be able to. I
Used
don't know
to,
if
and then you could get like players like
Papers.
empty cigarette pay. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got when I quit Cami, the guys in the line, they got me a whole box of rolling tobacco rolling cigarettes.
You ever smoke drum tobacco?
I didn't know what is drum tobacco.
Drum, it's like it's what all the Dutch students would smoke when they came over, and so it's just like I don't know. All the Dutch people would smoke drum. It would come in a blue bag, like of loose tobacco too, and they would just roll it like in like Zippo, like zigzags.
Oh, okay.
Like and they would roll their own cigarettes, you know.
Oh shit!
But it's like wet tobacco. It's a little wetter.
A little wetter, a little more moist.
Yeah.
Slower burning, probably.
Yeah, and it's got a different taste to it too.
I seen the other day this guy had, you know how you get like if you're advertising as a salesman and you hand somebody a card. Mm-hmm. This guy had fucking his information and his picture on the back of a zigzag pack.
Oh, really?
I'm like,
idea.
that is in this day and age, that's a fucking good idea.
Yeah.
Like to have as an option.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, you know who who's in front of you. You know, you can tell if.
Exactly. Yeah.
And also, you only take a business card and you enter it in your phone and then you throw it out, right?
Right.
So if you're using a whole like pack of rollies and you're looking at the guy's stuff all the time, and then it's done, it's in your phone. What the hell? You know, it's done its job and it's a nice little gift. Mm-hmm. What a great idea!
Yeah.
Good idea.
What line of work was he in?
Yeah. What's that?
What line of work was he in?
I seen it. This guy was like I don't know what line of work he was in, to be honest with you.
Well,
Like I seen it. This guy had it online. Like it was just a clip. He was just showing. He had a box of fucking rolling papers.
Yep.
Like with packets in them, and he had his fucking. He pulled it out, and I thought it was just a business card, and then he flipped it open, and it was fucking rolling papers. I'm like, oh, this is a great idea.
That is, yeah. That'd be
Just
good for like comedy merch though too.
Right.
yeah, it would be. Yeah.
Hand out to people after the show or whatever.
Oh, for comedy, you guys
That's
would
what I
be
mean.
perfect.
Yeah.
And aside from smoking 50 joints a day, you're gonna hold on to that for
At least a couple weeks.
yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can put a QR code on it too,
Yep.
it's even better.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fucking.
It's a really good idea.
And when in doubt, if you don't ever give them, just fucking use them.
That's what I mean. Yeah. Then at least you've got them too.
It's
So
a gift that can't go wrong.
yeah.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, imagine, Johnny, you handing me, not knowing me and me not knowing you, you hand me that
Yep.
as an advertisement piece. Like, I would be fucking stoked.
Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
Like, and then I'd go to Pete, who doesn't know you, and I'd be like, hey, I was just at a fuck comedy show. This guy gave me, here's his card.
yeah.
And Pete would be like, holy fuck, is that rolling paper? You know what I mean?
Exactly, yeah.
There goes the story.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then you're talking and fucking.
My first card was on a lighter. My first business card when I started comedy
that's kick-ass
was
too.
a lighter, and it was really, really budget, homemade. Like I just did printer paper, and then I used like packing tape to
wrap it up.
wrap it up.
Yeah.
with the lighter. Yeah, like as budget as it could be. And I sold about 6 of them.
No, really?
Over years. I still got a lot of them. Well, I gave a lot away actually too. I think that's what really merch is better given away.
Yeah.
I think
That's what, I just give my buttons away that I got made.
yeah, that's why I made my latest merch a sticker, and it's just like here it is, like my card, and you can use it as a sticker, and it's got the QR code in the back, and then you can follow me and all that shit. But it's then you don't have to pay, you know. It's just give it to people, and it's like,
Right.
Yeah.
and then if they want to support you, then they can buy like my I Heart Dick Joke stuff, or you can go on to the Dutch Hall merch store at PeteVanDykeComedian.com, and you can buy yourself a Dutch Hall t-shirt. You can buy yourself all kinds of shit. And if you want something and you with Dutch Hall on it, but you're like, you know what would be good merch? This? Send me an email at thedutchhall@gmail.com.
There it is.
There you go. And then I'll put it in the store because on my Printify account, I just have to like make it. like make the design, and then if somebody orders it, then they make it. But
yeah, special make it for the order kind of thing.
yeah, so I can design anything.
I'm not gonna lie, Pete. I'm really liking your PR rep. Deserves a big shout out because I really like the direction the Dutch Hall is going in merch, like quality of design.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we got new logos coming out. Oh, they're not on this yet.
No, but I even like even the Dutch Hall with Pete Van Dyke there. Like
after the show, I'm gonna have you guys both pick out a T-shirt too.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Yeah, for Christmas. Merry Christmas to you.
Right on.
Get your Dutch Hall shirt. There's 2 designs. There's one with our new logo for season 10 on it, which is the hot tub picture. And then there's one with just the lettering, the Dutch Hall.
Sweet.
So you guys can take your pick, find something that looks good. And there's a wide selection of colors.
Oh, cool.
So you can go any color you want.
I even like the one where you got your face on it with the duct tape on.
Yeah.
That one was okay. It's lived its time. But
it'll be your reverse retro.
Yeah, that'll be an old retro one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, here we go. We're gonna bring back.
It's kind of is reverse retro because the new logo, it looks like it's from the 70s. So it's kind of like it's gone back.
NHL's doing it. Pete Van Dyke can do it.
Exactly. Yeah.
I like it. I like it because the new poster is just like me in a hot tub with a Brabant Musk jar with grandfather's touche on the top of it. Like it's like completely random. By looking at the poster, you have no way of knowing what the show is about, and that's an accurate description. We don't know what it's about,
right?
And then it's not to be taken seriously, which the show is not to be taken seriously. And then so I thought it worked pretty good, so we did it. And I got a weird because I have a ridiculous mustache in it. That's why it looks ridiculous. Have you seen the new logo yet?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I should show it to you. Here, I'll see if I can bring it up on my podcast thing.
Is that the one you're using as the thumbnail now?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Like, look at that. That's the new one there.
Oh, fucking A. Oh, I think I seen a slim pickings of it online.
Yeah, I'm starting to use it, and then so all the branding for even the clips and stuff like that, I'm starting to change.
Is that your brother on the left?
Yeah, he's not gonna be happy about it. In the original one that I designed, because that picture, I'm only in the corner of the real picture. It's mostly my brother's front and center in it.
Oh, really?
And so I had to kind of crop it so that you couldn't.
That's awesome.
Tell it was him because he'd probably kick my ass.
I know that's Paulie.
Yeah, he wouldn't be too happy about being shirtless on the cover of my logo.
Fuck him.
People walking around with shirts.
He can come on this show. He can come on the show and tell us about it.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's the thing. How long has it been since Paul's been out?
A long time.
Like, he hasn't even. I just stopped asking him because it wasn't. He just kept saying no. You can only ask so many times, and you're like, I get it. I'm not going to ask anymore.
He was a heavy contributor for a long time.
All right, I want to smoke this one, but we should probably do a segment
we call feedback.
Feedback. We got feedback.
We got feedback. It's feedback. It's motherfucking feedback.
Well, welcome to feedback. We got feedback. Now, this week's segment.
What do we got, Pete? What do we got?
It's brought to you by our friends at Clean Flow. Clean Flow.
Good old Clean Flow.
That's cleanflow.com. Go to cleanflow.com. That's KLEENFLO.com.
Go bust a nut.
Go bust a nut. If you want to bust a nut, put some goo on it. That's Honey Goo by Clean Flow. They will lube up your nuts and make them easy to bust.
That's what we want.
And it's not about cum.
Nothing to do with cum.
Nothing to do with cum at all.
That is a PG-13 advertisement.
Yeah. I think even the fact that I did still technically ruin it at the end of that ad, it's still okay. That's still the best one we've ever done.
Yeah, as long as people keep their head on their shoulders.
Yeah, and don't start thinking dirty.
Yeah, get your mind out of the gutter.
Just buy some quality products.
And bust a big fat nut.
Yeah, all over her face.
Yeah. or whoever's holding the wrench.
So that's Clean Flow. Honestly, seriously, check them out. They're great. And Patreon. Go to support us here at the Dutch Hall. Help us to keep telling these stupid jokes over and over again. Talking nonsense in a shed like a bunch of complete knuckleheads. The only way we can continue this with your support. So you can do a couple things. You can go to patreon.com/Dutch Hall and support us that way. You can also just send us some money. Just send it. Just come to our house and hand me money.
Exactly.
You can, or you can. Oh, you know what? We haven't got Christmas presents from our listeners in years.
No.
So right now, I'm just going to say, what the fuck's wrong with you guys?
We'll take anything.
Yeah, it used to be nice. I used to get Christmas presents from listeners every year.
Hey,
and stop.
I got another one. Back to Clean Flow. I got another one. Clean Flow. Help your wrench out.
Help your wrench out? Is that also a double entendre?
Yeah.
Because your wrench is your cock, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't. I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the same thing.
Help your wrench out.
Yeah. Give your wrench a wrench.
No.
How about
give your wrench some lube?
Yeah. How about is your you got a bunch of no, that doesn't make sense. I wanted to say, like, if you got like a bunch of like shit in your hole or something, like gunk in your hole, but that's not what it's about. It's about busting nuts here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Beaver. I'm just trying to spitball. I'm trying to keep up with the master here. But you are you've come up with all this genius advertising for Clean Flow, and I've just spitting this garbage
I
out.
would really like to talk to your buddy from Clean Flow.
I want to get him in on the show.
Yeah.
But he at one point had expressed interest in being more of an active participant in the show. He kind of saw himself as like the Rob Lowe character from like Wayne's World 2.
Oh, really?
You know how Wayne's World got more corporatized?
Yeah.
And then he came in and ruined the show. And I thought that was a great idea. Like, you should be the guy that is like our boss, and then we can like we have someone to bitch against, like someone to
rebel against, and
Fuck yeah, I'll do that. I'll make fun of him just to make fun of him.
he didn't want it, I don't think, because that's not who he is really. He's kind of like a cool guy. He's not a hard ass, but I would.
Yeah, but we can go that direction too.
Yeah. Well, I just want someone to be the bad guy. We can just make up a sponsor and then make that sponsor the bad guy.
Yeah.
We've done that before. We've made up some sponsors, and we've had other sponsors that give us fuck all, and we still make them seem like good sponsors.
Right.
We've done that too. All to make us, but
Then
Cleveland's really a good sponsor.
Then we've had sponsors like Yarmy.
Yeah, Yarmy Lectures was a real sponsor, but they gave us nothing.
They gave us nothing, but he also wanted nothing in return.
No. Well, all we did was tell people not to call him.
but again, they were calling him.
They still called him, yeah. It was ineffective advertising, and that's why he didn't want us to advertise for him anymore, because he was still getting the calls, right? He said, it's actually happening the other way. We're getting more calls, I think. You're making people more aware of us. But we specifically said in the ad, don't fucking call my cousin Derek. And he doesn't want your business.
And then you emphasized it.
Yeah.
But isn't that like a move on its own? Like, we don't want your business, which makes them then want to give you business.
It's playing hard to get.
Yeah.
It is.
Plus, they also know he's in demand, so he must be good. And then they're like, I want to use him because he's good.
Yeah. It's one of the advertising schemes that never gets used.
No,
it never ever get there's no it doesn't happen.
No,
like you don't ever.
I think it should.
I think it should too.
Yeah.
What?
Like a company play the reverse psychology game with the world.
Yeah, don't buy our shit.
Like, we don't need your
It's not for you.
Yeah, you're not allowed to buy our stuff.
That's
all they got to do.
Yeah,
You're not allowed to buy my shit. What shit is you?
Well, let's just do it for the Dutch Hall then. We'll be like, the Dutch Hall, the show isn't for you.
Yeah.
Don't watch it.
Yeah.
No, and don't.
It's only for cool people, and you're not cool enough.
And
Sorry.
you're probably not going to like the merch, so
don't buy it.
Don't buy it.
Yeah.
Oh, because I win both ways. Because if they do what I say, they did what I said. I have power. If they don't do what I say, well, then they bought my merch.
Yeah.
Right.
Then I get money. Then all of a sudden I'm rich. Then you guys are both fired. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm taking you guys with me. I promise. I'll take anyone who is like still like having a good time. They get to enjoy all the splendors of the Dutch Hall, no matter where it takes us.
Right on.
Nice.
Yeah, that's how it works. It's a ride for who is ever on it.
Exactly.
Right?
I'm riding this train until the end.
Yep.
That's what I say. It has to be fun, and then we have to do. And then I think crazy stuff is going to continue to happen with the show. Why not?
Well, I keep seeing on the NHL, they keep showing these 1,000 game guys.
Yeah.
I'm ready to hit the old 3 digits or 4 digits. I mean,
the 1,000 show is seems like it's going to be a while away, but you know what? You never know, because we might start going 2 shows a week. Who knows? We might start doing it every day. I might be just like, if you give me if someone pays me for it, I'll do it.
yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
I could do this every day. Don't you think? We don't really plan. We don't. I got prepared jokes, but we don't rarely use them.
I could at least do it. Let's be conservative. I could at least do 5 to 6.
Yeah, I'd have a day off once a week.
Oh yeah, like
just to.
I would say
recoup.
when I say every day, I mean like 5.
Yeah,
I would want the weekends off.
Yeah.
you're calling it a 9 to 5.
Like a regular morning show.
Yeah.
Like a radio show.
Yeah.
I could do that because it's like a Howard Stern or something like that, like where you're 4 hours a week or something, like 4 hours a day for 4 days a week or 5 days a week.
He gets that much money for 16 hours a week.
I think he only does 3 days a week now.
Fuck.
You'd also just do a bunch in one day too, and then just put them out throughout the week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like have one day, like a Sunday, where you record for the whole week, and then
put them out.
put them out day by day. Yeah.
Yeah, that's super smart if you could figure that out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good thinking, Johnny. That would actually work, but
Yeah.
But the hard part would be the momentum, I think.
Well, yeah, because by like the 3rd episode, you'd be wore out.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like I always think about that even when we have people in, that we're just having a good time. We could talk forever because it's so fun.
Yeah.
And then we're like, well, we should do this, and then put it out as 2 episodes because it's been like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, like a 2-parter.
And then, but I always think, no, because I don't know. It's just one night. It's one thing. So I just put out the whole 2.5 hours as one episode.
Yeah.
That's what I've done. But I don't know. I don't know what the right move is on that. It's hard. I always want to get stuff in the bank, but I'm always just basically 2 days ahead on this shit, because
But you're never behind.
never behind yet. No.
Other than when you
We got desperate that one day. We went right to the Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would like to get some in the bank. Usually I can get people in coming on weekends, and that'll let me get my bank shows, But
Exactly, yeah.
it's all been falling apart, and then now with Christmas, it's hard to get people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is, yeah.
this time of year is always the fucking you're nipping and tucking at schedule probably.
Nipping and tuck. Okay, guys, Christmas movies. I just wanted to say, what would be your go-to Christmas movie, the one that you look forward to most at Christmas time?
Die Hard.
For real, do you watch it though most Christmases? Because it is a Christmas movie.
I've watched it I'd say probably in 10 years, probably 3 or 4 of those 10 years at Christmas. Like it's always on.
Yeah.
it's always on.
Yeah. So,
I usually do a very Harold and Kumar Christmas.
yeah, that's a good one.
That's a good one.
That's a
yeah.
good
So
one.
I've never seen that one.
Oh, fuck. It's great.
that's good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to watch it.
Yeah.
Now we just made your Christmas, Steve.
Mhm. Neil Patrick Harris kills it in that one too.
Oh,
so,
really? Yeah. Well, I definitely have to watch that. I've never seen that. I always watch The Grinch, the Jim Carrey one.
You see the trailer for the new one yet?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the horror movie Grinch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I watched it as soon as I got home when you told me about it.
Oh,
It looks pretty wild, man. You should look up the Grinch horror movie trailer.
I haven't seen that.
That's called The Mean One or something.
It's called The Mean One. Yeah,
The
yeah.
mean one? I'm not going to lie to you. Now that I got a little kid, I've watched 2 Christmases in a row, the cartoon one.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Grinch one?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good one. And then A Christmas Story, the one with Ralphie and like
With the BB gun or whatever.
yeah, Shoot Your Eye Out
yeah,
Kid.
Yeah.
They got a sequel to that one. It's on Crave.
Oh, really?
And
Like a new?
yeah, they're all the same kids, but they're grown up.
Oh shit!
And they're like the kid that sticks his tongue to the post. He's like owns the bar that they hang out at. And
Shit.
Ralphie's the dad now, and
That's
yeah,
funny.
it's like it's like the same. It's shot the same way, same sort of storytelling. Like the Ralphie
narration.
always had a wild imagination and would go into his little fantasies and stuff.
Yep.
He even as an adult, he's a writer and he still does the same thing.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
it's pretty cool. It's like it is the same quality as the original.
Yeah.
I would recommend that one for New Christmas.
Oh, I missed.
What about
Time out on the old joint.
what about Four Christmases? You ever see Four Christmases?
Yes, I
Yeah.
did. That was good.
That one I find to be like one that
Vince Vaughn?
Vince
Yeah.
Vaughn.
That's good.
And Cameron Diaz, is it?
No,
Reese
it's
Witherspoon.
Reese
Witherspoon, yeah.
Yeah. And then John Favreau is like his brother is really into the UFC or something.
And then when he gives him the fucking body slam and he's humping him on the ground, he's fucking hilarious. And he puts him in the figure. He's put him in the figure 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like that movie.
Yeah. And the dad is just a grumpy old fuck. He's like, he gives him satellite dish for Christmas. He's like, what do I need that for?
Yeah.
I really like how that John Favreau and his wife, the girl with the big tits from Eastbound and Down.
Yeah, when they play that game together.
Yeah, and they know everything.
Everything.
That's how me and my wife are at games. We know we're good at them. If we're gonna play Pictionary against you, we're gonna fucking kill you. Like we were like we've been together so long. Like she'll put a squiggle on the page, and I'm like flower pie.
Really?
Yeah, we're really good. We were really pissing off. We've pissed off a lot of friends because they think we're cheating.
You guys just crush it.
But I'm very intuitive. I can guess well. I'm a good guesser, right?
Well, it's good, really good about that show is when he's eating a fucking chicken wing while he's doing it too.
Yeah, it's no big deal.
No big deal.
Yeah, I know. It's so funny. And they're just getting progressively more angry because they suck at it. Yeah. We went to a party that was just like that because we were playing Pictionary. And the dude that we were playing against, his wife, let's say it was a flower pot, this lady would draw the driveway to a house, an entire house, the windows of the house, then
that's way too long.
Then like a flower box, and then a flower pot in the window box, you know.
And what are you supposed to guess of that?
And then he's guessing everything, you know, like house, home, you know, neighborhood, family, you know. She's like, no, flower pot. And he's like, how am I fucking, you know? And then we're doing a squiggle and guessing flower pot.
Oh, they'd be pissed for sure.
Oh, they're mad. But in his defense, his wife sucked.
She sucked. Like,
yeah, she was really terrible.
And if you're going to do that, right, you have to look at the person in the eye, your spouse, and you have to point at them like as in wait.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like as in like this, like I don't want, like as in you gotta let me get to the fucking, more or less let me get to the punchline, which you're not getting to a punchline, you're getting to the picture. But
yeah, if you play a game like a board game or some sort of competitive game with a couple friends of yours, like friends of yours that are a couple,
yeah,
you will find out more of the true nature of that relationship.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, especially if it's couples against each other. Like if you're playing like Trivial Pursuit or something, and it's like you're a couple against this couple, you're going to find out more about that couple than you knew before.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when they're competitive, then the real nasty comes out.
Yeah, you're going to see some couples end that way.
Yeah.
It's also too around Christmas time you find out. Like everybody gets those Christmas cards in the mail and they're like, oh, fuck, now I got to give one.
Yeah.
And my wife's always the one that gives one and the person's not even anticipating it. And then you see like last second, they throw one in there like they picked it up.
Yeah, you get it.
Variety.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we beat you on that one.
Yeah.
I know. I actually kind of feel good when I get one in and then we don't get one back. Like I actually feel like I win.
You're right.
Yeah, like it's one up, and then that person loses, right? That's why they feel bad about it. But you can't send it; you just lost.
Right.
If you send it after Christmas, you lost. That's how you can't give a bladed Christmas card.
Well, that's why you got to time it out right? So you got to time it out like you can really fuck with people if you wait long enough.
I went Black Friday sales this year for Christmas cards.
Yeah.
It was the smartest thing I ever did because they're like pretty good sales, and then they send it to you in a day. Christmas cards are at my house. I didn't go anywhere. Every year I'm going out making this thing and put a stick in a machine at Walmart or something like that, and it's like I didn't have to do any of that. I just went on the internet, and then it came to my house the next day, and I got a stack of these fucking things. Anyone sends me one, I'm going to give it right back to them.
This year we did just something simple and easy. We knew my kid was going to be an asshole about it.
Yeah.
So we just got a family friend with her camera, kind of went in the bush, took a picture or whatever, and sure enough, he was like, I was like, thank God I didn't pay a photographer to do this.
Yeah.
Like, my kid is being so fucking difficult.
Yeah.
Like, as in, he was ready to, like, he's now at the age where he's purposely looking the other way or looking down. And then when he knows that you want a picture of him, he'll like put his hand in front of his face.
Even more so, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you almost gotta like just catch him doing something natural when he's not paying attention to get them at that age. Because when you try to make them do something, it's like catching lightning in a bottle, man. Like,
oh, you know what he said to me the other day? We were watching this video on TV, and these kids were being bad, and then the parents brought in, like, the Grinch came and stole some.
Stole the presents.
Stole the presents.
Yeah, I saw that.
And
the kids started like beating him up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we always watched the same thing. And so I go to my kid. I'm like, hey, Ari, that's going to be you if you keep it up.
Yeah.
He said, Dad, it's not going to be me. You know why? There's no presents under the tree. I'm like, motherfucker, he got me.
Yeah.
But Santa Claus comes and gives you the presents under the tree.
But like in this moment, he's looking at it like there's presents already under the tree.
Yeah.
And he's like, Grinch can't take no presents. There's no presents to take.
Grinch can show up on Christmas to take the presents.
That's true. Yeah. Oh, I said to him,
rip him out of his hand when he doesn't open them.
I said, you still get a lump of coal, bud.
Yeah, I'll tell you something. Zwarte Piet will come.
Yeah.
Give you a lump of coal. You know about Zwarte Piet, Johnny?
No.
In Holland, they call Santa Claus Sinterklaas, right? It's very close.
Yeah.
And Sinterklaas travels with Zwarte Piet. And Zwarte in Dutch means black.
Oh, okay.
And Pete means Pete. That's his name. And Zwarte Piet is black because he gives the children coal when they're bad, right? So he gets coal dust on his face and hands from handling coal all day, right?
Yeah. So natural, like blackface, basically.
Yeah, he's just dirty with coal dust.
Yeah.
And that's why they call him Zwarte Piet, right? But every year the Dutch people celebrate Zwarte Piet by dressing up in full blackface. And they decided a nice touch to add to the coal dust would be a tight afro wig and some red lipstick. Okay? Because that'll make sense somehow. And
somehow.
You know? So everyone outside of Holland is pretty finds that to be pretty ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know?
They'll pull the race card somehow.
But in Holland, they don't give two fucks about it. No. Eh? They've got their kids all dressed up in full afro wigs and goddamn like shoe polish on their face.
I'm waiting for somebody to do that at a Halloween party.
A blackface?
Like Zwarte Piet.
Oh, to be Zwarte Piet. Or even at Christmas. Someone come to... I should go to Van Dyke Christmas this year as Zwarte Piet.
That'd be hilarious.
I'll come in with Santa.
Yeah. Just
all blackface. Oh my God, would that be fun?
That would be hilarious.
My kids would kill me. They really would be so mad at me if I came in. I'm like, I'm Zwarte Piet.
Yeah.
I would like, stop it.
I'd be so excited to see that.
Oh my gosh. That would be great. Other than we don't need Zwarte Piet because we got my cousin Kev.
Oh, shit.
He's our black guy.
He's our black guy.
He's the blackest guy I know.
He's blackest white guy, you know.
No, he's blacker than any black guy I know. Kev.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I know a lot of black guys are a lot whiter than Kev. But not his skin, though. His skin is white, but everything else is black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like a reverse Oreo.
Yeah, something about him. And it's not even that he's like being like speaking with Ebonics or anything like that, you know, even though he can speak full Patois.
Yeah, he can speak full Patois.
But it's just more like just the way he is.
His demeanor.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know exactly
He's
what you're
got the
saying.
demeanor of a black guy, and I don't understand what it is about him.
Without even trying.
No, I just think the Van Dykes take to the sun way too easy. That I think that one of my greats was.
Well, we were staring at Virgil for the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
Virgil's got a little colorness.
Well, Virgil's half. His mom's from the Sudan, and his dad is Dutch.
That's what I'm saying. There must be in the Van Dyke. There must be some Sudan in there.
Oh yeah, maybe that's our thing. We like the Sudanese women.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, I like it. I like them too. I was disappointed when I married a girl that was like too ethnically similar to me. Because I'm like, well, there's a more chance of like some sort of like inbred trait, you know? Because like, and if I went with another nationality, like. My wife's Hungarian and my mom's Hungarian, and we have like my grandparents and her great grandparents are from the same little town.
Oh, so you're worried about? Yeah, I know what you're saying.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like that's too much old lineage. That is that was a little too close. I didn't know that right away.
You know me. People have thought I was a Bow or a Van Dyke.
Oh yeah.
Like, or still do.
Yeah. Well, everyone thinks that that I'm related to all of them guys, you know, just because
right.
They just think of us all together, you know?
Right.
The whole community as being like all relatives, but
relatives.
we're not. No. I know. It is kind of weird. But that's just, it was worse before because it was all these groups that immigrated over at the same time, and you just assume they're all families.
Yeah.
You know? That's where it comes from.
Right. Even though just because you came on the same boat doesn't mean you're related.
Or you're from the same town, you know? But
I still married a Dutch woman, so.
Yeah, you were one of the few.
Heavy Dutch.
Yeah, Michael too.
Yeah.
Michael married full Dutch.
Yeah.
And like my dad had eight kids in his family, and only one of them married Dutch.
Oh, really?
Of the 8, yeah. Just Michael's parents. And then Michael married a Dutch girl, and now he's got
there's some heavy Dutch there.
Yeah, he kept the thoroughbred train going.
He kept the lineage going.
and all of his brothers and sisters
went outside the box.
Yeah, they got a little mix in there. Maybe some of them have some Dutch, but you know, they're all just Canadianized up, just mudded up.
Right.
Like everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
Even our good listener, Emil Van Steeg, had to get himself a wife. What was she again?
I don't know.
I thought I remember he told me in an email one time, she's like, what her mix was. Oh, I can't remember now. The same deal. You can't expect you to keep marrying the same nationality. No. That's how old-fashioned people were. And then I'm like, that's a bad idea. As soon as I would hear that, I'd be like, why would you marry someone from the same country? You're going to get kids that are like, you know, look like the royal family or something, you know, like all like horses and that. Yeah. And then I wanted to go with like something exotic. So, because if you take two ugly people of different races and you have them breed, they have a beautiful child.
Oh, really?
Yeah. How's that work?
Yeah.
Because it takes because it's two totally separate genetic pools, and they make beautiful children. But if you get like, you don't have as much shit to choose from to make good stuff, you could just get all the bad stuff. And then you got like a German Shepherd with a bad hip for a kid, right?
Yeah.
And then you don't want that. Look at Doug Gilmore, eh?
He's got some age to him now.
Yeah. I remember seeing Doug Gilmore when I was visiting my brother-in-law in Chicago one time when he was playing for the Blackhawks. And Doug Gilmore was playing for Buffalo, but he had been with Chicago like the year before or something.
Yeah.
So when they were, I was waiting to leave with Ryan, and the Buffalo players were coming through, and he came to talk to Ryan for a little bit, and his teeth blinded me.
Really? They were that white?
Oh my God, ridiculous. I'm like, why would you get those things? They're so white. And then I'm like, at least wait till after you're done hockey to get them too. Because once you got those things, those are like a target for people to just smack at.
Oh, exactly.
Big white choppers like that. Bernie Federko.
Federko. I've never heard of that.
That's a good handle, eh? Federko.
Federko.
I always like the name Butch Goring. You remember that name?
No.
From hockey? That's a real old name. That's from probably the 70s.
I like Semenko.
Dave Smenko?
Yeah.
That's a good one. Butch Goring. That's a...
I remember hear Jerry saying Semenko all the time, talking about him.
Hey Johnny, do you ever have to think of character names for anything? Or you have to write something and think of a character name?
Yeah, I have actually.
And then do you have any good ones?
No, I usually just go with John.
Oh, John?
Yeah, because it's the first thing that comes to my head.
It's
when I
like
think of
generic.
names. Yeah.
Have you guys ever like gone on stage and not called yourselves? Like not let them like
Like on a different stage persona?
yeah.
Like for
Look.
something other than stand-up?
Like a porn star. You know how porn stars they have their stage name?
Yeah, yeah. I've never gone to use a stage name, no.
No, I've always just been Johnny Ranton.
Oh.
Yeah.
But Johnny Ranton's got a zing.
Yeah, Johnny Ranton sounds like a stage name.
Yeah, that's what Kevin was saying when I first met him.
Yeah, I think it does. And I'm just thinking about it right now. Like it's got a
What about Pete Van Dyke? Does that have a ring to it?
yeah, it's got a continuous zzz, Pete Van Dyke.
Yeah, Pete Van Dyke.
Yeah.
There's a lot of us though. There's like a shit ton of Pete Van Dyke.
Did you know that on iPhones, if you don't put a space, it's Pete Van Dyke?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's how everything.
And I didn't know how. I'm like, what the fuck? Like that sounds horrible. You know how if you call me,
You have to
incoming call Pete Van Dyke, and I'm like, how the fuck? Kevin Van Dyke,
Yeah.
Botch Van Dyke. I'm like, fuck, sounds horrible.
Yeah.
That's how every telemarketer asks for me anyway.
So I fucking put it out. I tested out, put a space, and now it fixed it.
Really, the space does change it. That's
Yeah.
good to know.
Yeah, the space fixes it.
Yeah, because the machines have been calling me that my whole life.
Because it's just laziness as far as I'm concerned when I'm putting the contact in. But then I had to.
They say it's lazy for me not to put E at the end, like my Uncle Dick.
Really?
Yeah, Dick Van Dyke. Dick Van Dyke is still alive. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't.
Dick Van Dyke Show?
Yeah, he's from the Dick Van Dyke Show, and he's also from Mary Poppins. You know the original Mary Poppins?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Didn't he die?
No, he's still alive. He's like 97.
Oh shit!
Still alive.
Speaking of old, I remember 2 years ago on the death pool I put 6'9". The guy's still fucking alive,
Yeah, I know.
and like he's going strong. He's still fucking.
A lot of people are dead from that pool now.
Yeah.
But the one person, no one has paid my sister Lori.
Really?
Still, we have not settled that up yet.
I gave the money that night.
Did you?
Yeah.
To Bailey?
No. We nobody gave money that night. The most recent one.
Yeah, the most recent one. No, I don't think so.
We just came up with
The pools, yeah.
pools.
I don't think we did have
But
that.
yeah, your sister definitely won.
Yeah, she won, so I still got to make sure she gets some money for that. I keep forgetting. She should remind me. Lori, remind me or I'm going to belch in the microphone more. Oh, I had a real cooker fart too, and then you were into talking about something, and then I forgot to fart into the microphone. But I got an extra mic too. I could have a total fart mic, yeah.
Oh shit!
I had a barley soup tonight, and it's got me percolating. I've so far. That's a good.
I went and go earlier. I was worried you guys would smell it, but obviously not.
No, I did smell it. Not with all the cigarettes and weed and stuff. You can't really smell it.
No.
It's the nice part about
It's
it.
one of those hot cookers. I'm like, ooh man, it's not gonna be good.
That's how I get my wife to leave the Dutch Hall, because I just light a joint up and then she leaves. She hates the smell, eh?
Oh really?
Yeah, she does not like any.
Yeah, she looked comfortable and then she left.
As soon as I lit up, she left because she doesn't like it, like the smokiness, eh?
Which is all right. And she doesn't.
It's a wife deterrent.
No, but she doesn't complain about it.
No,
My
she
wife-
also says don't take offense to it, because she'll like say too when I go inside, if I smell smoky, she'll be like she doesn't want to like kiss me and stuff, and so like I know that she finds me gross smelling if I smell smoky, so then I just stay away from her with that. But she says it's not that it's nothing offensive. She just doesn't like it.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, I get it.
It's one of those things she's not keen on.
Yeah, so I'm real smoky. Like I'll just hop in the shower before I go to bed with her. She doesn't smell me be smoky. Eh? As a gentleman,
That's a gentleman thing to do.
I try to be respectful of that. But
Because I'm not going to lie to you, when I go out in a night with my buddies and have drinks and smoke a pack of cigarettes, I usually just go home and crash. I don't think to shower quick.
yeah. But does Julie ever complain about you stinking like smokes?
No.
Yeah.
She complains about like if I've been smoking a pack of cigarettes in the garage at night and the garage is
real
stanky.
stinky?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's, you know what? I don't know. I know it's a bit hippity dippity, but those incense works great for getting rid of this.
I know it does work good, but it's an intense. It's so intense that it's almost for my.
Yeah, you're like Charters cannot have it at all. He gets really sick by it. No scent workplaces for him.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not a scent. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, it'll crush.
Can you imagine if you were in a workplace, right, and you had to say to your supervisor or whatever, I'd like there to be no scents in this workplace because I find them to be. It makes.
Oh, he said that.
Well, I don't know, but
see, for me,
he says he wants a no scent workplace because it makes him sick, and then he also doesn't want it scented like detergents or nothing like that.
Well, see, for me, my biggest turnoff in life, I don't know, John, if you agree with this, is a woman that has too much perfume on.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I can't stand it. Like I'm not I like my women with minimal makeup and no fragrance.
I don't mind the smell.
A shot, maybe.
But the makeup thing, I fully agree with. Too much makeup is a deterrent. But
yeah, too much makeup is like that woman's a liar.
Yeah,
because she's.
I wrote a whole joke about that I've been doing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't want to look. Like I always say it. The last thing I want to think about when I look at a woman is
I wonder what she looks like.
Can I scrape that off with a spatula?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement about the makeup as well, but as far as scent goes, I have to think this one through.
I like a shot. Don't get me wrong.
What about this natural smell of a woman's body?
I love that.
Like I'm talking the smell of her armpits.
Oh.
Or the smell of maybe her underpants after she took a nice long run.
Oh, no. Not no, like what I mean is like when a woman's about to leave, she ain't gonna hit herself with one shot. It's gonna be about 10 shots of perfume.
Yeah.
I love the natural smell of a woman.
Like a vagina smell when it's clean is a nice smell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And but vagina smell when it's not clean is not a nice smell. No. But you can say the same thing about my balls.
Yeah.
That's true.
It smells like an old bag of onions. If it's sometimes, and then it smells like soap sometimes.
right.
Those are two things it smells like. Anyways,
that's why I sleep in the nude.
Why?
Give it a chance.
Air it out.
Air it out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Give it. I can't sleep with. I have to sleep nude now.
I prefer it.
I tested it out once, and it was like game changer.
It's freedom.
It's freedom like no other. It's probably like that for women with like when they don't have to wear a bra.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you wear a bra to bed, you're just a weirdo. That's in my opinion. Because you're not going to be comfortable.
Oh fuck, that would hurt, wouldn't you think?
Yeah, take it off, man. Let those fuckers breathe.
Piece of fucking steel around your hips, like around your waist.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No.
Just like I don't want any material over my cock when I'm trying to sleep. You know how active that thing is when I'm sleeping? It's up, down, up, down. It's
That's
like,
what I'm getting at.
It's like going to Catholic mass.
It'll wake you up.
Yeah.
Because you gotta adjust because your drawers are in the way.
Yeah, exactly. So trying to sneak out the pee hole of your underpants, and you're like, fuck, like now it's like like what do we call it? The periscope of a submarine? Checking out the landscape?
Yeah.
No, let them be free. That's what I say. At night, you let him free because all day long he's got to struggle. Though, if I'm wearing blue jeans and I'm not wearing underpants, that's disgusting.
Oh, yeah.
That's just sick. I had a friend that said, I never wear underpants. Eagles Commander everywhere. I'm like, you're wearing fucking jeans and no underpants? He goes, yeah, that's right. And I'm like, that is sick, man. You got fucking brown stains on the inside of your denim.
You know what's even better, though, about note about sleeping nude is on silk sheets. Have you ever done that?
I've never had a silk sheet
I never owned one, but I crashed one time.
at an Italian's house. No offense, Johnny.
I don't know what her nationality was, but they were silk sheets. Actually, it was twice, 2 different scenarios, and it was glorious.
Really?
Oh my
and you
God.
still don't have them?
I don't have them, no, but because the sheets I have now I love. Like my wife got new sheets not too long ago, and I'm like, no.
You know,
Bring
people
back
talk
the old-
about sheets, and then you're like, and they talk about the thread count, all this stuff, or this guy's got nice sheets, and that guy. I've had it does make a difference.
It does.
If you're in a nice sheet,
I'm ruined now for life because my wife got good sheets. the
oh my
first time.
God, it makes a difference. Like the same thing. Like, or I've been at a hotel and you go under their sheets and you're like, what the fuck is this?
Exactly.
It feels so nice. Nothing like the shit I buy. Because it does make a difference. I almost don't want to feel it. Yeah.
Right.
Because you are, like you said, you're ruined, right? Like, that's when I went to a fancy steakhouse when I won one of the President's Club Awards.
Yeah.
And so they're like, order anything from the menu, right? So I'm like, I ordered the Wagyu beef, right?
Oh, smart.
Oh, that shit's good.
Smart.
Right?
Yeah.
But then I was like, oh my God, what if I love it? Then I got
Then you're fucked. You're right.
yeah, then I got my Wagyu beef. Luckily I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was weird tasting.
Well, at least you didn't get like
It's
liver
like a
and
butter
onions.
taste to it.
Yeah.
It's got it's like because every cell is like surrounded by fat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like when you eat it, it's really
Chewy.
got a different texture, and then it coats your whole tongue with the fat too. So like you really have to drink wine like between bites, or it'll just kind of like
Yeah.
gum your mouth up. And I just found it to be like just not as delicious as it was good, but it was not as delicious as just regular steak.
Exactly. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
a whole different thing, basically.
Yeah, it almost is a bit different thing. If they didn't call it steak, I wouldn't have had the expectation for it to taste so much like steak. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I had Wagyu at Mont Hill Big Pete's there the other day, or not the other day, on our anniversary. And,
Oh yeah, was it good?
It's fucking dynamite though.
You liked it, eh?
Oh, it's, I don't know. It's also the way they cook it too, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
There's a certain way you're supposed to cook
You can
it. Like,
take a shitty steak and cook it good and say I had a great meal. But
Exactly,
you can
yeah.
take a good steak, not cook it good,
Oh, it's terrible.
and you've had a shitty meal.
Exactly. Yeah.
Can't go both ways.
No.
You know, but that's with everything in life.
Nothing worse than somebody who gets them to ruin a steak because that's the way they like it.
What way do you like your steak?
The medium rare.
I like it rare.
Well, rare is fine too, but don't fucking
Medium it up. Oh fuck!
don't make it
Chewy
like
as
don't make
fuck.
it like dried out. Like goddamn, people that have well done, and like I've seen at restaurants where the chef's like, we don't serve well done. You serve it like I cook a steak. You know,
A lot of places, the most they'll go is medium rare because you've now ruined their plate, right? Because you're gonna depict their steak based on how it
Your
tastes.
shitty decision to overcook it. Yeah.
Right. And
To be
which
honest-
is not fair.
to be honest, I would always if they had it as an option, I'd always go with the chef's recommend, like with the chef, how the chef thinks it should be eaten.
Yeah.
Which they'll always do medium rare because then they don't got to worry about stomach issues on
Yep.
for people. Medium
Even
rare.
with hamburgers, though, they should be pink in the middle. Even with pork chops, they should be pink. They shouldn't be fucking all the way white.
Yeah.
See, I'm not a pork chop. I hate pork chops. The reason I was ruined when I was a child.
Because pork chops are so easy to fuck up.
Yeah, I was ruined as a child. Like we ate pork chops a lot, and they were not good. Like
That's like mashed potatoes with me. I can't eat mashed potatoes anymore. I'm done.
because you had it 1,000
I had it every
million.
meal.
Yeah, every meal.
I just mashed potatoes, more fucking mashed
But
potatoes.
see, my wife,
Mashed potatoes.
my wife doesn't. She cooks mashed potato. Makes
It's not true every
She
meal, but-
makes mashed potatoes, but they're never just mashed potatoes. Like there's a fucking flair in there.
Oh, yeah.
My kids love mashed potatoes because we never
do too.
have mashed potatoes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because we never have them because it's like a real special treat when we have mashed potatoes. And they're like, oh, this is great. And I'm like, oh, goddamn mashed potatoes again, right? I used to just,
See, when I was a kid, the closest we got to decent potatoes was scalloped potatoes.
oh, those are
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Those are good. I like anything you can really do it up, or you can have like quote unquote healthier versions of it, or you can just fucking butter and cream it up and make it just decadent, you know?
See, growing up, our tables weren't like it was bland food. Like there was not a lot of sauce. You know what I mean?
Is your mom Dutch?
No.
What is she?
Belgian.
The same thing. They can't cook, right?
What?
It's no offense to your mom.
No offense. She can do a good dessert.
But they're
not gonna lie.
But the culture's not they're not food culture.
No.
And yeah, they're more about desserts and sandwiches.
Right.
Yeah.
And chocolate, you know, and that sort of thing. Beer.
Like I'm spoiled now. My wife is a fuck of a cook. Like,
yeah, how does she get that? Because she's a full-fledged Dutchie too, but it's because they have good. Anyone can learn to cook now.
Yeah, that's all she cares about is.
She is a really good cook.
Like my phone is full of, attachments that she has sent me of cooking so that she remembers.
Ooh. Oh, that's smart.
She just sends them to me,
and then that way she sees.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, was it on?
That was loud.
Yeah, that was.
You did? Oh, yeah.
That was real loud.
Yeah.
All right. That's the first ever fart on the Dutch Hall.
Dude, you might want to take a time out after that one.
Oh, did it sound really good?
It sounded real good.
I
didn't have my headphones on. I just blasted it in there.
Oh, you got a treat coming your way on editing.
Guys, that is definitely a highlight. Mark the time. We're that one on the best
1:16.
of. No, it'll be different when I do the editing anyways. I'm just joking. But what are we?
1:16. There it is.
An hour 16?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me that we've done?
11:15.
No.
Yeah.
Oh shit, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good.
worries.
Okay, let's do this.
I'm just saying we did the time.
All right, we did it. Can I just read this joke because it's not going to make sense in the next week?
Yeah.
Okay. This I'll leave you guys with.
I can't believe you were able. That was awesome. That was probably 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I would say pretty close.
Oh,
yeah.
I should have fucking ended the show with that. Just fart and theme song.
Yeah.
That might be how to end it. Eh?
That is.
Well, we too late now. Maybe
Okay.
I'll brew out another one. If we do get another fart, even if we're in the middle of a joke, cutting it off and ending it. Otherwise, we can end with this. The Christmas season is here. It's the one time of the year where parents take their kids to be lightly molested by a strange old man. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. It's the one time of year where parents take their kids to the mall to be lightly molested by a strange old man. Christmas just isn't Christmas without taking your kid to the mall to be lightly molested by a stranger. Right? And then I had like another bit about and then I was in Germany they stole 60 containers of sperm were stolen.
There's one extreme to the next.
Yeah, 60 containers of sperm were stolen. It turns out it was bull sperm, and they're seeking tips from the public that might lead to the recovery of the sperm, which was intended for artificial insemination. In a statement to the public, the bull whose semen was stolen was quoted as saying, "Don't worry, I'll make more. I actually like it." 300 skiing Santas got together to raise money for a local charity. 300 jolly old elves took part in an annual skiing fundraiser that also included one skiing Grinch and a skiing Christmas tree, which leads us to the question, if all these Santas are here skiing, who's lightly molesting our kids at the mall?
Oh, shit.
Well, that's our show, everybody.
There it is.
I did put a buffer joke in the middle. So I went with the German comment thing, and then I was like, then we'll
It was a nice callback, yeah.
And then we can end the show.
Yeah.
So that's it.
That's it, everybody.
CUNT. See you next Thursday.
think.
And if you watch the, yes, please.